Hello everybody, Manithral here. Welcome to the weekly update video for RS3. Now this week we have actually quite a bit to go through. First up though, we have the Yak Track Fort 4 and 3 Frontier. So this Yak Track is going to be surrounded by, well, Fort 4 and 3. And as you can see, we have some cool new pets here. We have a cat and a dog, both in regal type designs. Of course, we have a yak that is also to design, and then we have some pretty awesome regal looking capes here. One, if you ask me, that looks more like a Lumbridge type style, and one that is looking quite a lot like a Vrock type style. Looks a lot like King Roll type thing going on there. And then we have some new armors as well for the designs, which are very I want to say like a lordship type armor, knight. Very actual, to me it looks pretty good. But we have both a knight and a mage type design. There's also some new weapons that come along with this as well, of course. But don't forget, there is also the yak coins, which you can earn throughout this whole thing. You earn one of those coins every 5, sorry. So if you get, every 5 you get one of those coins, and then once you hit up to 50 is what I was going for. Then you get every 2 tasks, and this will track up to 70. So I'm not sure how that goes once you hit 70, but very curious myself. And then there's also a Ninja Strike this week, which will be primarily discussed in the patch notes. But just a look at one of the new redesigns for, shockingly already, is Raksha's Lair. And as you can see, here is a before the update for the arena, and here's an image after. You can see there is some changes there, and it looks pretty nice. But there's also some Game Jam updates that came out this week. So we have another thing going on. Oh, and I should say that the Yak Track has started and is going to be going to May 15th. And then with the Treasure Hunter calendar, starts February 28th, ends March 1st, which is Mysteria. And then on March 2nd through March 6th, you got the Phoenix Rising. Now, there was a Fresh Start World questionnaire. I'm not sure if you participated, but it was sent out not that long ago. So if you were able to, if you submitted a survey, you got entered into the drawing where you could win a $25 or pound Amazon gift voucher. And the RS winners are Viewer Bubblebeam 40, I Chaos I, Ganny Araxad, Fresh Blame Ben, Cthulhu Thur, Dry Fungus Carrot Cake, DXZX4, The Finesse, Plain Doll, Old Man Buck, Kylo 57, FSW Purple, Starolo, True Sloppy, Krill Heron, Kydol Saren, and Blissful 27. But now we go to the patch notes, which are: the Wilderness Sword 4 can be reclaimed. Fix an exploit that could allow the clan experience boost to buff to increase slightly beyond the cap of 6%. Ninja Strike, characters across Gillinor that were involved in the Elder God Wars storyline have been updated to their correct state. The Curator is now accessible for the Elder God Wars quest. You can find him in Berthorpe for all your questing needs. Incendiary is no more. Incendiary Shot has been a minor rework and is no longer double dip into the area of effect if used alongside Chinchampas or similar effects. It will, however, now respect damage buffs the player has applied to it, meaning its damage will be increased by the likes of Death Swiftness and can now critically strike. Changed all occurrences of the tool belt and text to tool belt. So instead of just tool belt being one word, it is now 2 separate words. The timer for an active ore will no longer decrease while logged out. This does not include the Green Fingers ores, though. The player is able to rot fungus while performing various actions during the fight with Croesus. Improve the lighting in the Orphan Obulette where Raksha is imprisoned. Necklace of Salamency is now easier to obtain while skilling. A Necklace of Salamency can now be put into your keepsake box as an override. And there was a Game Jam October, so this is stuff that was going on for October, but is now here. Improvements to Ictharlin's Little Helper. The quest giver no longer requires a tinderbox and a full water skin. Trapdoors into Clenter's Pyramid are now outlined and remain open for a couple minutes when triggered. Reduced inconvenient random mechanics, probability of falling down the pit, randomization of the tile puzzle, etc., etc. The tool belt can now sap trees, including the Acadia trees, and provide salt for the embalmer. Clearer guide and less backtracking. Made some interactions, e.g. using the unholy symbol on the sarcophagus, more mobile friendly. The Ictharlin cutscene now uses his current character model. Added a new crafting category to gameplay settings under skills and experience. Also added a toggle for receiving noted clay from the modified artisan's bandana. When first time players receive items from the bandana, they have an option to choose whether they like noted or unnoted. Rebalance Croesus drop tables and hunter experience. They are also monitoring the gameplay flow for the encounter, should anything else need to be changed, or it's not changed too heavily. So the hunter XP for that encounter, for Croesus, has been reduced from Central Node by 33%, the Enriched Node, Dagonoth, by 66%, the non-enriched nodes by Dagonoth, on the Dagonoth, 66%, Darkened Fungus by 66%, additional nodes around the Dagonoth, 66%. Common drop table changes, removed Uncut Onyx and replaced it with the Onyx Dust Drop. Changed the Auriculum Scrap Drop from times 3 to 5 to times 2 to 5. Reduced the crystal key volume from 8 times, from 8 to 12 times to 8 times. Reduced red spider egg drop from 45 to 55 times to 20 to 30 times. Reduced the limpwort drop rate from 35 to 45 times to 17 to 27 drop. Grapevine seeds drop from 10 to 14. Now they will be 6 to 10 times. The cockatrice was 40 to 50. It is now 5 to 10 times. Mortmire mushroom dropped from 45 to 55 times to 20 times to 30 times. The uncut diamonds went from 15 to 25 to 5 to 15 times. Reduced the uncut rubies from 35 times to 45 times to 17 to 27 times, and reduced the uncut emeralds from 35 to 45 times to 17 to 27 times. There is altered contribution thresholds and prize rules at a new range. So 0 tier is 0 to 19, 1 is 20 to 99, 2 is 100 to 179, 3 is 180 to 229, 4 is 230 to 279, 5 is 280 to 309, 6 is 310 to 329, 7 is 330 to 344, 8 is 345 to 359, 9 is 360 to 379, 10 is 380 to 399, 11, 400 to 419, rare drop only. And anything that is 420 plus, rare drop only, is 12. So keep that in mind. To clarify, the two with this, that rule 11 and 12 will either give a unique drop or nothing. This does not increase the chance of getting a unique drop, but does reduce the volume of the common drops. So the 60 contribution threshold for the rare remains unchanged. The following auto collectors no longer places drops into the player's inventory during the Croesus encounter. Charming Imp, Seedicide, legendary pet with the scavenge ability. Charming Imp and Seedicide will still be able to convert drops to XP as before. Skilling nodes within the Croesus boss encounter can now be bladed or dived or bladed. Well, whatever. and doing so will start the skilling action. Adjusted the examine text for a fallen statue to now be in line with the Slayer of X statues present in the Croesus arena. Added sorted functions to the admin store into unowned and owned. And December, there's also a game jam. So the quest list filter checkboxes are now listed under the filter button and labeled with consistently positive language. The confusing recommended checkbox has been removed. Quests can now be sorted and filtered by quest list child list in a smaller manner to adventures to quest parent interface. So there is more on that. But do check that out. Charto's Clue Carrier takes items from bank and inventory if used from the inventory inside the bank interface. Ring of Kinship is now kept on death. Added a right-click option to make all runes within the Wicked Hood interface. That's awesome. Olaf's quest has been improved. You no longer need a spade in your inventory to enter the cavern, as there is a patch of snow you can now just dig. If you fail the agility obstacle, you're placed within the cavern. That's actually big. The agility obstacle no longer forcibly toggles you to run. You can no longer fail the obstacle randomly. If you run, you will always fail. If you walk, you will always succeed. The large block of ice in the entrance has been replaced by small rocks for players who did not take part in the Easter 2011 event. Fix an issue where you're forced into melee range when attacking Zuck from the west, which is caused by the vent. Fix an issue with Jad's attack animation. Could not be seen if recently stunned. It's a big one. Fix an issue where your movement would appear stalled when hitting by Zuck's magic attack during the showdown. Fix an issue with the resonance ability buff icon wasn't cleared when hit by a geyser. Fix an issue where Zuck would not correctly phase when at his life points threshold during the showdown. And removed an animation or stall related to the penguin hide and seek activity. And now we go into the community showcase, which has some awesome images here of a hellhound from Sikara. And then we have a nice little adventure here from RS3. Do check that out. It's about teleportation and mounts. And then Sir Spriggan gives us a sprite of a Bandosian spiritual warrior. Pretty cool, actually. And then ZoeKZ_ did some amazing artwork here with a Zamrock and Rage battle. Pretty awesome. Then we go into RuneTube, which we have up first. Triple Dylan RS puts down the clue scrolls for a minute to go for Reaper Clue title, which is pretty awesome. And they defeated 16 of the hardest bosses in RuneScape in one day. That's pretty good. Then we got Weekly Kiwi Reverse 4703 offering some helpful tips into gaining the Warden title. It is titled The Easy Way to Get the Warden title, Revolution. And then we have one here from the RS guy who continues his quest for the Crypt Bloom to keep his Iron Man safe. And it only took him 40 hours. That's... I don't know how to feel about that, but that armor is pretty good. Then we got into Skaper screenshots. So we have one here by We Red Panda checking out the fort. And then we have another one here from the Soul Altar with Lily Heart for... That's a pretty cool shot. Not very often when you see too much here. And then we have one with a Ves Helsing. And they set up a bunch of training dummies, and them and their friends went to town. Pretty awesome. And then we go into the Pink Skirts events. So, there's a guided tour of the Lodestone Unlocking Loop, which is the RuneScape Discord Mentors, Friday, March 3rd at 2200 game time, World 2. Birthwarp Lodestone, FC is a hell. Town Square Q&A hosted by Princess Ray. Saturday, March 4th at 2300 game time, World 3. Rock West Bank FC is the fast SC. So these are things to be checking out, guys. They can be really helpful to get you going in different tasks throughout the game. But that is it for this week, so thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later, guys.